So let me give you some background. In SAP ECC, first I'll go to SAP ECC and I'll tell you what was happening in SAP ECC. In SAP ECC system, most of the customers, there are two options. In ECC, there are SAP ECC provides two ways of managing the customer credits. Okay, number one is SAP SD credit management. Okay, the credit management functionality in SAP SD was available in ECC. So instead of going to FSCM component, it was possible to configure the credit management from sales and distribution. Okay, basic functions. There is a folder for credit management. You can see this credit management folder. And within this credit management folder, you can see currently it is not allowing me to go inside. Why? Because if I click on this documentation, this is the documentation, it is saying that this credit management is no more available. The credit management in S4HANA works only on FSCM credit management. But in ECC, if you work on ECC system, you will be able to see all the configurations here also, many configurations here also. So in ECC, what was happening? Most of the customers were using this old functionality of SAP SD credit management. But in ECC itself, this SAP FSCM credit management was also available. Okay, so it is not new. FSCM credit management is not new, but there were two different options available to the customers. This was old. This is a very old functionality, and FSCM was introduced around 10-15 years back. Okay, in the credit management, FSCM was introduced around 15 years back. This is more than 25 years old product, SD credit management. The difference is this is an advanced tool and this is a basic tool. So this SD credit management doesn't allows you to calculate the credit limit. If you are using this SD credit management, you will not be able to create the formulas. You will not be able to tell the system how the limit should be calculated. All these calculations of limits and all was done externally. It was not done in SAP system. You do it in Excel or you do it in mails, whatever you want to do. Ultimately, in SAP system, you were just coming and you were telling the system that for this customer, this is a credit limit. Okay, so the calculation and all was outside SAP, and in SAP, you were directly entering the credit limit that you want to give to this customer. But in this FSCM credit management, it is possible to use the formulas, calculate the credit limit, and ultimately this credit limit, whatever is calculated, this will be also available in the BP master data. Okay, so if I go to my BP, okay, let's assume I'm opening one of the customer here. So let's take this example of this customer. I'll come to our customers also later on. So this is one which is already configured. So here, if you remember, we have discussed two rules. Which are the two rules for customer?
FLCU
Sir,
00,
FLCU the zero.
Right, FLCU 00 and FLCU 01. Right, these are the two roles related to customer. This is for company code and this is for your sales organization.
sales.
Right. Same way, you will be able to see UKM 000. This UKM 000 is a role for SAP credit management. Okay, if I go to this role, you will be able to see this credit segment data and you will be able to see this new tabs, credit profile and credit worthiness data. These two things and credit segment data, these are the things which will appear only when you select this BP role. Okay, so now if I click on credit segment data, okay, I'll be able to tell the system, I'll tell you what is credit segment, no need to worry at this stage. So just for example, I'm selecting this credit segment. You can see this is where I need to provide the limit to the customer. So I'm telling the system, this customer got the limit of this much amount. Okay, so if a customer is asking me materials, every time I want to verify whether the customer got the sufficient limit or not. For example, you can see currently, although the credit limit is how much? I think 1 lakh, 10 lakh in terms of, yeah, 10,000 USD, you can say. Oh, sorry, not 10,000.
1 million.
Yeah, 10 lakh USD in terms of Indian. This one, 10 lakh
Yeah.
USD. Okay,
Just
so yeah, sorry. Yeah. So 10 lakh USD is a total credit limit that we have given to this customer. Although this customer has already utilized more than, sorry, customer has utilized 3,29,000, which means 32% of the credit limit is already utilized by the customer. What does it mean? It means that I have provided the 10 lakh as a limit to the customer, out of which customer has already bought the material worth 3,29,000. Which means if a customer is giving me order, if a customer gives me a new order and that order value is more than, let's say, 7 lakh, which will exceed my total credit limit, then system will throw error. Okay, let me show you how. So let's assume this customer has given me the order now. I'll go to transaction VA01. I will do create with reference, or maybe I can enter all the details, but let's create it with reference. And I want to see the orders that I already created for this particular customer under the sales organization FSCM. As of now, I'm showing you some other sales organization, but later on we will configure in our company code. So FSCM, and here this is a customer, right? 214. If you remember this, the BP that we opened was 214. So I'm selecting this customer. Okay, click on copy. So I'm trying to create a sales order for this particular customer. Okay, I'll say confirm, no problem. Okay, this is fine. Our next topic. Our next topic is how the system performs the availability check. So what is happening here? I am selling I am selling 100 kg to this customer. And what is the cost per kg? That I need to enter in the system. So let me double click here. Customer reference is the mandatory field. Let me enter this, enter, and let's go and see the conditions. Okay, so PR00 is already maintained. Okay, good. So how much is that? It is only 1 lakh USD, but I want more than 7 lakh. So what I need to do is I need to change this quantity to 7 lakh, 700, so that my order value is more than the available credit limit. Okay, so if I try to press enter now, this is fine. I will enter this. And now if I try to save this order, what I'm expecting is system should not allow me to process the sales order because there is not sufficient credit available from the customer. Okay, customer has a credit limit of 10 lakh, out of which 3 lakh some thousand is already utilized. Now, if I'm creating the order worth 7 lakh, it will definitely go beyond the limit of 10 lakh. So, in this particular case, I want the system to either give me the warning that this customer has a credit limit of 10 lakh, you cannot go beyond that, or it will throw the error that it is not allowed to accept the order from this customer which is more than the available credit limit. Okay, so only if all the configurations related to credit limit is completed, then only you will be able to see the error or warning here. If there is any issue, for example, the credit management is not properly activated, then you will not get the error or warning. Let us try. I'm not sure whether it will work or not, but if it will work, you will get a complete idea. So it is saying document is incomplete. Let me click on edit. Yeah, it is asking for the plant. So, or it is asking for the shipping point. So I'll just enter the shipping point here. I think it is not defined. That is the reason we are getting the error. So if you remember last time I told you how to manage this error, go to proceed and make sure that this combination exists. So what is our combination? What error we are getting? Shipping condition blank, loading group blank, plant FSCM. Okay, or maybe I think if I enter in this transaction, if I try to enter the storage location, this error might go away. No, it is not going. So let me configure this. Proceed. and let me click on the new entry. So shipping condition blank, loading group blank, plant FSCM, and I want the system to take the shipping point as FSCM. Okay, let's go back, close this, remove this storage location and press enter. Okay, so now there is no error. Let me try to confirm the quantity. Okay, let's try to click on this. So now the document is complete. Let's try to save it. System has not given any error. This means there is a problem with the credit management component. It is not properly configured. Okay, so we will talk
I
about.
think it gives the error while creating delivery.
No. See, normally it totally depends upon us, Akshay. So we can tell the system
Okay.
to give the order at the time of, sorry, give the error at the time of order or at the time of delivery or at the time of PGR. There are three different steps at which we can set up the system to give us the warning or the error message.
Okay.
Okay, but we will talk about that because that is the end-to-end configuration that we need to do. But now, if I show you this customer, okay, if I go back and try to commit again, so BP, this is our business partner. Okay, let's double click on this. Okay, and now you can see the credit limit is already exceeded more than 100%. Okay, but why system has not given error? Because it was not properly configured. System was not told to give the warning message. System was not told to give the error message when the exposure is more than the provided limit. Okay, so that is not a problem. That first you need to understand what are the different configurations, and then only you will be able to correlate why system has not given any error. But what will happen normally is when you are creating the sales order, system will issue the warning message or system will issue the error message. So this is the overall functionality. The functionality is in credit management. What you need to do is you need to provide the credit limit. Okay, so let us talk about the functionality, what this functionality can do. So SAP FSCM credit management, because we don't need to worry about SD credit management anymore. That is not available in S4HANA at all. So SAP FSCM credit management allows, number one, automatic calculation of score. Okay, what is score? I told you, if you want to take the scores from the credit rating agencies, whenever you are creating a new customer and you want the system to go to Sibyl, go to Crisil, or go to any other credit rating agencies to get the score. So this credit rating agencies, they will be sending their own scores. So let's assume one credit rating agency has sent you the score of 75 out of 100, and another credit rating agency has given you the score of 50 out of 100. So what you will do internally, because there are two credit rating agencies who are providing you the score, you will again create a formula to maybe come up with the average. Okay, so that is something you can create a automatic formula for calculating the score. Number two is based on the score, system will automatically calculate the limit, the credit limit. Okay, once the credit limit is updated or maybe even manual, so it will also allow you manual update of credit limit in BP master data. You can go to BP master data, and if you want to change the credit limit manually, even that also you can do. So if I go here, if I go to the change mode, and let's assume I want to change the credit limit of this customer. Okay, you can see system has calculated, by default system has calculated 76,000 only, but still I want to give more. So that is possible. So automatic is available. You can calculate this credit limit automatically, or you can provide your own credit limit, okay, as per your requirement.